Hallo Deutschlerner! Welcome to my fourth video in the series, The Iceberg of German Fluency. If you've made it this far, you've already splashed through the water surface at the A1 and A2 levels, and you've even explored the foundations of independence at the B1 level. Now we're going a bit deeper. B2 is where German really gets interesting. It's the level where your German stops sounding like it came straight from a textbook and starts sounding like you. You can interact spontaneously, speak with confidence, and express abstract ideas. You'll still make a few mistakes, we all do, but the training wheels are officially off. As always, we'll break this video down into 4 parts. A general overview of what the B2 level even is and what you can expect to achieve. The official CEFR description of the B2 level with added context and examples. Grammar topics that you'll need to master to succeed at this level, and the conversational and communicative topics that you should focus on to thrive at the B2 level. So let's dive into the real stuff. First, a general overview. At the B2 level, you're considered an independent user of the German language with upper intermediate skills. This means that you can hold extended conversations, give clear explanations, and understand most of what you hear and read, especially in familiar contexts. You'll be expected to express and defend your opinions, understand arguments, and follow more complex speech patterns. Your vocabulary grows to around 4,000 to 5,000 words, and learners typically reach this level after about 500 to 600 hours of study, or about 2 to 3 years of consistent learning. B2 is also the level that is often required to study at a German university or to work in a German-speaking environment. So this is the goal for a lot of German learners. Now for the CEFR description. Let's break down the B2 level with the official CEFR descriptions along with real-world examples to help you visualize what this looks like in action. Listening. I can understand extended speech and lectures and follow even complex lines of argument provided the topic is reasonably familiar. I can understand most TV news and current affairs programs. I can understand the majority of films in standard dialect. This is obviously why it's the level that you need to achieve in order to study at a German university. If you can't understand speeches and lectures, you're going to have a tough time at the university. Reading. I can read articles and reports concerned with contemporary problems in which the writers adopt particular attitudes or viewpoints. I can understand contemporary literary prose. You're not just reading about things, you're understanding how they're being presented and why. You can pick up on tone, perspective, and implied meaning. Spoken interaction. I can interact with a degree of fluency and spontaneity that makes regular interaction with native speakers quite possible. I can take an active part in discussions in familiar settings, accounting for and sustaining my views. You can argue your point in a debate, respond to challenging questions, and keep a group conversation going even when the topic shifts. Spoken production. I can present clear, detailed descriptions on a wide range of subjects related to my field of interest. I can explain a viewpoint on a topical issue given the advantages and disadvantages of various options. You'll start to notice as we dive deeper into the German learning iceberg that a lot of the phrasing includes things like in my field of interest or in specialized areas. This is because the further down you go in the iceberg, the more specific the vocabulary and conversation skills become. Writing. I can write clear, detailed text on a wide range of subjects. I can write an essay or report, passing on information or giving reasons in support of or against a particular point of view. You can compose emails, letters, or opinion pieces with structure, flow, and argumentation. No more writing like a robot, although I have seen ChatGPT write quite eloquently at this level. Necessary grammar. At the B2 level, grammar is all about precision, flexibility, and nuance. Here's what you need to know. Verbs. Konjunktiv 1 for reported speech in formal contexts. Sagte, habe keine Zeit. He said he has no time. Passive voice in multiple tenses, especially with modal verbs. Das Problem hätte gelöst werden können. The problem could have been solved. Double infinitives. Ich hätte kommen können. Scheint gegangen zu sein. I could have come. He seems to have left. Verbs with fixed prepositions and idiomatic usage. Denken an. Sich konzentrieren auf. Sich wundern über. To think about. To concentrate on, to wonder about. Advanced reflexive verbs. Sich etwas aneignen. sich bemühen to acquire something, to strive for. Sentence structure, complex subordinate clauses. Obwohl krank war, ist zur Arbeit gegangen. Even though he was sick, he went to work. Final clauses with damit. Ich schreibe es auf, damit ich es nicht vergesse. I'm writing it down so that I don't forget. Relative clauses with prepositions and genitive. Das ist die Frau, deren Sohn ich kenne. This is the woman whose son I know. Pronouns. Expanded relative pronouns. Dessen, deren, worüber, wovon. Whose, whose, about what, and of what. Indefinite pronouns. Irgendjemand, niemand, etwas, alles, anyone, nobody, something, and everything, for example. Demonstrative pronouns for emphasis. Dieses Problem müssen wir jetzt lösen. We have to solve this problem now. Adjectives. Adjective endings with all four cases. Adjective phrases with prepositions. Verantwortlich für, bekannt für, stolz auf. Responsible for, known for, and proud of. Participle adjectives. Eine beeindruckende Leistung. Ein enttäuschtes Gesicht. An impressive performance. A disappointed face. Prepositions. The genitive prepositions während, wegen, trotz, and statt or anstatt. During, because of, despite, and instead of. Prepositional adverbs like damit, darüber, and worüber, with that, and about what. More idiomatic prepositional phrases. Im Laufe der Zeit. Im Gegensatz zu. Zur Verfügung stehen. Over time. As opposed to be available. Reported speech or indirekte Rede. Complete mastery of the Konjunktiv 1 when it's used with formal writing and speech reporting. Erklärte, sei krank gewesen und habe deshalb abgesagt. He explained that he was sick and therefore cancelled. Passive voice. Specifically passive voice with modal verbs. Die Hausaufgaben müssen gemacht werden. Die Probleme hätten gelöst werden sollen. The homework must be done. The problems should have been solved. More complex, interpersonal passive constructions. Es wurde darüber diskutiert. It was discussed. Conversational and communicative topics. This is where the rubber meets the road. At B2, you're expected to navigate real-world situations, express abstract thoughts, and adapt your speech to different audiences. Here's what you should be able to do at this level. Express complex thoughts and opinions. Explain your viewpoint and defend it. Ich bin der Meinung, dass Online-Unterricht viele Vorteile bietet. I am of the opinion that online instruction offers many advantages. Weigh pros and cons. Einerseits ist das umweltfreundlich. Andererseits teuer. On one side, it is environmentally friendly. On the other side, expensive. Express uncertainty and speculation. Es könnte sein, dass sich verspätet hat. It could be that he's running late. Discuss society, culture, and current events. Talk about political or environmental issues. Die steigenden Mieten in Großstädten sind ein großes Problem. Rising rents in big cities are a large problem. Compare cultural practices. In den USA ist Smalltalk üblich. In Deutschland weniger. Smalltalk is common in the United States, less so in Germany. Comment on media or public opinion. Die Berichterstattung war meiner Meinung nach einseitig. In my opinion, the reporting was one-sided. School, work, and professional life. Talk about your studies or your job. Ich habe eine Ausbildung als Mechatroniker gemacht. I trained as a mechatronics engineer. Apply for a job or prepare for interviews. Ich bin teamfähig, belastbar und arbeite gern eigenständig. I am a team player, able to work under pressure, and enjoy working independently. Discuss career goals and training. Ich möchte mich beruflich weiterentwickeln. I want to develop further professionally. Social interactions and problem solving. Handle complaints. Entschuldigung, aber das Zimmer war nicht sauber. Sorry, but the room was not clean. Resolve misunderstandings. Das war nicht so gemeint. Ich wollte nur sagen, dass... I didn't mean that. I just wanted to say that... Negotiate and compromise. Wir könnten uns in der Mitte treffen und morgen 9 Uhr beginnen. We could meet in the middle and start tomorrow at 9 a.m. Everyday situations, but with complexity. rent an apartment and discuss leasing terms, navigate official processes like Anmeldung, visa, or healthcare, make and change plans fluently, explain complex travel arrangements or logistics, narrate events and experiences, such as telling a story with emotional nuance. Letztes Jahr bin ich spontan nach Prag gefahren. Es war fantastisch, besonders das Altstadtviertel. Last year I spontaneously went to Prague. It was fantastic, especially the Old Town district. Describe feelings and reactions. Ich war total überwältigt von der Atmosphäre. I was totally overwhelmed by the atmosphere. Technology and communication. Discuss the impact of social media or technology on life. Social media verändert unsere Kommunikation grundlegend. Social media is fundamentally changing our communication. Explain how to use tools or apps. Talk about online safety and privacy. Explain processes and give instructions. Explain how something works. Das Gerät zu starten, muss man zuerst den grünen Knopf drücken. To start the device, you must first press the green button. Describe step-by-step processes in clear terms. That's what it takes to master the B2 level. You're no longer learning German just to survive. You're learning German to connect, to think, to work, to live in the language. This is where fluency starts to feel real. And if you've made it this far, congratulations. The next level is C1. It's about finesse, style, and high-level performance. But for now, soak in everything that the B2 level has to offer. Check out the links in the description for lessons, resources, and exercises to reinforce everything in this video. Das ist alles für heute. Bis zum nächsten Mal und viel Erfolg auf deinem Weg zur Deutschflüssigkeit. Tschüss!